Well, they played for all the marbles tonight in Blaine, Minnesota, the Robertson Cup Championship game, one game only. The Aberdeen Wings against the high-scoring Fairbanks Ice Dogs. Here's a look at the Fogarty Ice Arena where they played tonight, and Matt Vernon was simply sensational for Aberdeen. He was the MVP of the division. Look at those stops right there. And watch this crazy save. Somehow he gets it with the glove, and we are still scoreless. And it wouldn't last for long because Scott Langer gives his team some advice, and that leads to this. John Sladek pays off with a terrific move, and it's 1-0 after one period in favor of Aberdeen. Second period, though, Parker Brown on the rebound for the Ice Dogs, and we are all tied up at 1-1. But then late in the second period, on the power play, this young guy's going to be happy because Joe Strada off the redirect. There's your game winner. That made it 2-1, and that turned out to be the final score as Vernon had 27 saves. Let's go to the scoreboard. 2-1 Wings. They win the cup. Sladek and Strada with goals. Vernon with a huge game. He's had a great year, but he saved his best for last. And Vernon and his head coach, Scott Langer, are standing by on the ice with our very own Zach Borg. Zach?
Guys, I got a couple of special guests, the goalie, Matt Vernon, the head coach, Scott Langer, and we got this guy. He is very heavy. He's the Robertson Cup, and it belongs to the Aberdeen Wings. I'm going to speak to Matt Vernon. I'm going to let you put that down first, though, because it's really heavy. Matt, how does this feel to win this championship, an unbelievable 2-1 win?
There's really no words. You know, this team has been striving for this since day one. We've always talked about it. It's been our only goal.
Coach Scott Langer, you've been in this 20 years coaching junior hockey, your first championship. I can't imagine a much better way to win it. How does this feel for you to achieve this?
It's special, especially with this group of guys. They've been a real special group. I've had a lot of good teams over the years. These guys have just been a special core of guys.
Well, guys, congratulations. We'll have plenty more with the Robertson Cup champion Wings tomorrow on KDLT Sports. Until then, these guys got a little more celebrating to do, so we'll kick it back to the studio live from Blaine. I'm Zach Borg, KDLT Sports.
Thanks, Zach. How cool is that? Matt Vernon wins a Robertson Cup. His dad, Mike Vernon, won a Stanley Cup. Pretty cool. Stampede need just one more win to be crowned Clark Cup champions. When Andre Lee scored this game winner Sunday in double overtime, it gave the Herd a 2-0 lead in the best-of-5 series and their fourth overtime win in the playoffs, where they are now 10-1. Scott Owens is the first to admit that winning Sunday was really huge.
Well, it was it's a huge game for us because to go back to Chicago at 1-1, it's a 3-game series, and they have the home ice advantage. But I liked the fact that we were able to get that win in front of our crowd. It was a good crowd tonight, and they were energetic. And to go up 2-0 with 2 games there and then possibility coming back.
The Herd play Friday and Saturday, if necessary, Saturday at Chicago. They need just one more win to clinch the Cup. Game 5 would be back at the Denny next Tuesday, but they hope they don't have to play that game. The Canaries had a final tune-up at the Birdcage tonight. The Red Hawks of Fargo-Moorhead were at Sioux Falls Stadium to take on the Birds in the final exhibition game of the spring. And Fargo-Moorhead would jump out early. This is T.J. Bennett, had himself quite the night. Doubles to right center field. That's going to almost clear the wall. That makes it 2-0 after an inning in favor of the Red Hawks. Now a bit of defense right here on the 6-3 double play. That kept the lead at 2 as the Canaries would come to bat, and this is going to be Clint Coulter. He takes it deep to left, and that ball is gone. That's a solo shot, making it 2-1, but that was as close as the Canaries would get because that same guy, Bennett, remember last time it almost went over the fence in right field? He decides to go to left where it's shorter. That's smart hitting. That's a 3-run homer. Fargo-Moorhead wins it 9-1. The season opener is actually May 17th. 2 weeks later, they are home. Speaking of baseball, the Augustana baseball team is pumped for Thursday when they host the Central Regional Tournament at Ronkin Field, a chance for area fans to see some high-level college baseball with the defending national champions hosting. And Tim Huber is glad they get a chance to play these very important games at home.
It's great to have the opportunity to showcase baseball in Sioux Falls. Great city, awesome opportunity for our program. Our guys are playing well, and what I've said is they deserve it. They deserve that opportunity to play at home, sleep in their own beds, and now be that team to beat.
I know you're all jealous of those clip-on sunglasses. Those are my trademark, by the way. The Vikings play Oklahoma Baptist in the night game Thursday. First pitch, 7 o'clock. Last year, the Vikings were a 5 seed. Now they have the target on their backs as defending national champs. Well, the Augustana softball team left today for Edmond, Oklahoma, where they need 2 more wins to make the College World Series. Augie won the Central Region Championship, beating host Winona State twice in 3 games to advance to the Super Regional. It didn't come easy in Sunday's championship, with the Warriors rallying for a 2-1 walk-off win and forcing a decisive championship game. The Vikes, though, won another nail-biter, 3-2, to move within 2 wins of going to the College World Series for the first time in 7 years. Especially rewarding for veterans like Maggie Kadrlik.
Those moments that you don't want to come to practice, you don't want to do the extra mile, like you think about these times and you think about that if I don't put in that extra bucket, I don't do that extra rep, I don't give 110% like this round, then we're not going to make it, we're going to fall short. And the game has been rewarding us and giving back, and we're finally getting like our goals and achieving them, and we like to set the bar really high, and it's nice that we're creeping up on that bar.
Kind of hope they'd be at home as well. But that game is in Edmond, Oklahoma. They take on a very good Broncos team that was 48-6. Augustana 3rd in the nation in hitting, 9th in home runs. They went to the World Series 7 years ago, and the Twins win tonight 4-3. We'll all be right back.